Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. It is me, it is I, it is she, it is her, it is thee, it is who? It is Rosie Rosette 2020 Pow. Okay, let's get right into it. So this has to do with the Gap. All right, so you know the Gap, I think, is going through it, but I did make a video that Kanye West is bringing a line of clothes to the Gap. So let's see what's going to happen with that, because you see what he did with Adidas. All right, he's a billionaire now. You know, the Adidas, those Yeezy put him over the top. Anyway, that being said, so I ordered some things from the Gap because they had a 50% off, and then they had a 40% off friends and family, and then they had 10%, like literally giving stuff away. Okay, so I was like, okay, let me help the Gap out. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I sat next to Eileen Fisher, I think that's her name, um, the owner of the Gap or whatever, at my son's graduation at KIP. I didn't know it was her. It was just, she was just, old lady or whatever, with the bouffant hairdo or whatever. But I think my uncle knows her or whatever. Anyway, I was born in 1969 in San Francisco, and the Gap was at the Stonestown or whatever. I don't think that was their first one. I think that was their first or second store. Anyway, so the Gap, is near and dear to my heart. They've gone through a lot of changes. I particularly don't like their line. They had one designer like 4 years ago. Ooh, I copped all that stuff that was on sale from Christmas. It was a Christmas and it was really hot that winter. It was really hot that winter and fall or whatever. So all the winter clothes really didn't sell or anything. I think this was 2016, 2017, baby. Let me tell you, maybe 2015. All those pieces until today, very well made. I think it was from if if Banana Republic. Remember when Banana Republic had that kind of like couture line? Oh my goodness. Oh boy. I don't know why they let those designers go, but anyway, they did. Or that line is no longer valid or something. What anyway, so okay. I copped a couple of things, right? And then because they said, I looked and it said 40% off friends and family. Okay. So I did it, and it said 40% off friends and family on everything. Okay, so everything means stuff on sale and all this or whatever. So, I put the stuff in the cart. Then I did the friends. Because friends, I think, was 40% off and family was 10% off or whatever. I did both of them, and in the card it didn't say, it said it didn't work. Okay, so I called customer service, and of course, this person was somewhere out, maybe 10,000 miles away. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, I'm not going to be racist or anything like that. So, okay, so I told him the dilemma, and he said, okay, I got you. Don't worry about it. He said, go ahead and buy it, and I will give you the 40% on the back end. He didn't say on the back end, but he said, just give me the order number and I will give you the 40%, afterwards. I said, whoa, wait a minute. So you want me to buy it? I'm like, how do I know that, you're going to give it to me or whatever? And then he was like, well, just, and he said, actually, you don't get charged on your charge card until the item is shipped. So I was like, okay. I said, "Oh, you sure?" He was like, "Yeah, but you have to order it in order to get the order number." I was like, "But what if, but what if?" He's like, "Listen, it doesn't hit your card until it's shipped." I was like, "Okay." I said, "But if there's a problem, I'm gonna be upset." He was like, "No, I got you. I'm gonna give you the 40% off. You're gonna give me the order number, and then I'm gonna give you the 40% off afterwards." I was like, "Okay." So I did it. I told him that I was doing Afterpay. He's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter." He was like, "Just go ahead and do it so I can get the order number. I need the order number." I did it. I gave him the order number. He said, "This is Gap Factory." And I was like, "Okay." He's like, "I can't do it." I was like, "What do you mean you can't do it?" He's like, "This is Gap Factory." I was like, "Look, when I opened up my email, it was Gap. Okay. Now, if you guys send me through different, factories or whatever, or something pops up or whatever, that's not my fault. If I open it through Gap, then and it says 40% off friends and family, and I call you and you make me order it or whatever, then you need to give it to me." He was like, no, I can't do it because he's like, why would you call and not say it was Gap Factory? I was like, I didn't know it was Gap Factory. It didn't say Gap Factory on the top of whatever. So we're going back and forth. So my son walks in. He's quiet. When he's on the phone, we don't really interrupt each other. We don't really say hi or whatever because we respect, the person on the phone call. So he just walks in, he takes his shoes off or whatever, and then he walks to the room. But I have the man on speakerphone. So he walks to the room and so then the guy says, I said, oh no, you need to give me my money because you're the one who said that, for me to go ahead and order. You didn't ask if it was Gap or Gap Factory or whatever. That's not my fault. That's your fault. So then when I said that, then the guy was like, da 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 da, F you. And it was on the speakerphone. So my son was like, did he say F you? And I said, yes, he did, or whatever. My son said afterwards that he was like, oh, I was going to say, no, of course, don't say something like that or whatever. But when I told my son that, yeah, he did say it, he was like, what is going on? So I called customer service. I called again, and I got someone from 10,000 miles away. And then she was like, you're just going to have to call back, whatever. So I called again. So the third time I called, no, I asked the woman, I didn't call the third time, I called the second time. So then I said, let me speak to your manager. I said, she was like, oh, we can't, do this and do that. I said, let me speak to your manager. So what she did is she connected me to a lady named Natasha. I told her about what was going on. By then, I thought it was funny. Okay, at the time, I didn't think it was funny. But by then, because of my son's reaction, because my son was like, wait, did he say blah, 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 blah? I was like, yes, he did. But the guy said that and hung up. Now, if he would have stayed on the line, oh, I would have gave him some. Oh, honey, I would have gave him some so much that his ear would have probably burned off. But he hung up. So, I just kept telling Natasha, I said, does that come with 40%? I said, does the FU come with the 40%? Like, are the agents supposed to say FU in order to give you the 40%? I just was just like taking it there because it was hilarious. Because I understand that, customer service agents or whatever, that they are, they go through a lot with customers or whatever. But that wasn't my fault. That was his fault because he told me to order it or whatever. And actually, they should have gave it to me free because you don't tell someone, to order something and then on the back end say F you or whatever. I'm surprised at the Gap. They should have definitely given me the whole order for free, considering that I got the FU. You know what I'm saying? I might call them back and say, you know what, you guys should give that to me for free, literally, because I don't think I've never had a customer service agent say F you. Like, you just don't do that. I don't care what country you in or whatever. So anyway, so apparently he gave me the 40% off on the back end and with the FU. And then she's going to give me an extra $25 off of the order once it ships. Yeah. So then actually I'll be getting it for like maybe $20. Yeah, $20. Oh my God. I might get some money back. Maybe. But anyway, so I just wanted to say, hey, Gap, thank you for giving me the FU. I didn't know that FU was a part of the friends and family discount. You guys really need to screen your people that you hire in order that they follow certain policies, because I just don't think. I think for a customer service to tell a customer to F you, that you guys need to fire that person. And I usually don't, tell people to fire people or whatever, but I've been in those positions, and that's just not something that you say to your customers. I'm sorry, you just don't. And I know, you can, now once you hang up with that phone, you can, curse them out or whatever. Now, you don't hang up properly and they hear you, that's one thing. But for that agent, Pennatalk, to tell me F you, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Like that's just no, no, no. You guys need to do better. The Gap, you honestly, you need to do better. Thank you. Goodbye.